is Demari, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be doing the weekly tarot reading for the sign of Gemini. Please keep in mind it is a general reading, so it may not apply to each and every one of you. However, you can take a look at this week's reading in regards to your Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus signs. So do take a look at your natal chart, see the corresponding zodiac signs, and see which video's title resonates for you most. When it comes to the spread, I'll be pulling one card from each of the 3 oracle decks I have here. So we'll get the key theme of the week using the Quantum Oracle, some divine guidance using the Moonology, and some healing messages using the healing mantra. When it comes to the tarot, I'll be pulling from the intuitive and clarifying with the Waite deck. So, Gemini, let's see what's in store for you for the week of the 1st to the 7th of February 2021. So just while I'm shuffling your cards, I want to say a quick thank you to everyone who's been liking, commenting, subscribing, and even sharing my videos. It means a lot to have your continued support, so thank you so much for being a part of this community. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and don't forget to hit the notifications bell so you're informed of when your next set of readings goes up on the channel. Also, don't forget I am now streaming on Twitch, so follow me over there to be a part of the live discussions and tarot readings that I'll be doing there. Also, if you would like a personal reading, you can find that in the description box below. Okay, so the card you have from the Quantum Oracle, Gemini, is a creative endeavor in reverse. Okay, so yeah, some of you guys are definitely very passionate about the arts. Okay, you could be a musician, you could be an artist, you could be a creator, a designer, a developer, whatever it is, it's something creative, right? But I feel like either it's a hobby or your career. But the issue is on either level, you're kind of feeling a lack of inspiration right now, perhaps because you've been working too much, right? Or you've been pushing yourself too hard to get the best results, the best work, right? It's possible. So you may be experiencing some burnout, either that, or I get a sense that some of you have been procrastinating because you've not been feeling at your best, right? So take it however it resonates. So for those of you who have been pushing too hard, you need to have more downtime, okay? Some time to recuperate and just, you know, switch off. For those of you who've been procrastinating, you're getting the nudge to, you know, get going, essentially. So take it however it resonates for you, okay? So let's go over to the Moonology and see what divine guidance I can give you. So Spirit, what is it that Gemini needs to know at this time? What's going to help them find the right balance between work and downtime so that they can get the most out of their day without pushing themselves too hard? What is it that Gemini needs to know at this time? What can help them find this balance? Okay, you have 2 cards, so I'll take them both. So you have You Are Good Enough, full moon in Virgo. And you also have Work Through Your Fears, new moon in Scorpio. Okay, so you could have Virgo or Scorpio placements, it's possible. But I feel like, yeah, so for more of you, I feel like it's more leaning towards you've been procrastinating when it comes to certain, you know, career goals, artistic endeavors, passions, hobbies, right? Because you feel like on some level that you can't go the distance, okay? That you're not going to be successful, or that, you know, you've put a lot of work already into this and it's just not paying off, so what's the point? It's asking you to really address your fears around that success, progression, abundance when it comes to your creative passions, okay? Because there is an energy of you feeling lack on some level, a mindset of lack, so you need to confront that because, like it says, you are good enough, you are worthy of good things, you are worthy of success, right? You just got to keep going, right? But you also need to find, you know, what is it that you need to adjust? Maybe there's something you need to change, your approach to things. Maybe you're not, maybe you're putting too much time and effort in one aspect of it where, you know, it's required in another aspect. You know, take it however it resonates, but you need to sit down with yourself and really just map out, you know, even journal it. Why do you feel like you're not getting where you want to be? What do you feel like could be a roadblock for you when it comes to achievement and success in your career, your creative endeavors, your passions, right? Because there may be, I feel like there's something you are overlooking and it's not what you think it is. You think it's because you're not good enough or because, you know, the competition is just too great, but I feel like that's not what it is. It's something to do with a mentality of lack and fears that you have around it. They're your roadblocks, okay? So let's go to the healing mantra, see what else we can find out that can help you. Okay. And those of you who are burning out because you're pushing yourself too hard as well, this still applies. Because you feel like you have to work yourself to death to get there, but that's not the case. You have to find a certain level of balance, okay? And that maybe you're not spending enough time in quiet contemplation to get that inspiration to find new ideas. You're just driving and driving and driving really hard, you know, like literally just grinding like hell. But it's actually depleting you, and it's not giving you more inspiration or creativity. It's actually draining that. So just be aware. That still applies on that level as well. Okay, so let's see what the healing. Ooh, gosh. The way those cards come out. Okay, you got 2 cards from this deck as well, but I will take them. So you have Discovering Happiness, and it says here, I allow myself to be content exactly where I am. That's very important as well. You have to celebrate each win and enjoy the journey, not just think about the goal. So that's one of your roadblocks confirmed right there. And I'll say that again because that's important. Your mantra is, I allow myself to be content exactly where I am. I allow myself to be content exactly where I am. Very, very important. And the other one is Cultivating Courage. And it says here, in any given moment, I always know exactly what to do. That's a very, very important one for this as well. In any given moment, I always know exactly what to do. So those are your 2 mantras for the week, okay? That's going to help you clear out this energy here, okay? So have trust that yes, you can overcome these roadblocks. You know what to do to, you know, overcome that, right? And trust that you have those answers within you, okay? Trust in your ability to succeed. You are good enough, all right? That's very important, Gemini. You have to believe in yourself. So, let's go into the tarot messages now. But I get it. When you know, you can, everyone gets disheartened at times when you feel like you're not reaching your full potential, right? But you have some things you can take action on, right? There are actionable messages here for you, right? So do take it into account if this resonates for you, this particular reading. Because these are things that you can do to turn it around, okay? Okay, so first card out is 8 of Pentacles in reverse, okay? Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So yeah, I feel like, again, this is a work in progress, okay? So you need to appreciate that you're not going to get to the finish line immediately, okay? But there are going to be little milestones that you accomplish, little wins, okay? Enjoy and savor each of those wins. You know, don't just blaze over them because you're focused on the outcome, right? You have to find enjoyment in the journey, in the experience as well. That's the whole point. Yeah, do find that balance as well between honing in on your skills, you know, really, you know, dedicating to your passions. But I feel like also there may be a need for higher learning when it comes to some aspect of it. Maybe there's a course that you would benefit from, maybe like some kind of workshop where you can like, you know, get some real world applications, like actual practice, you know, physical practice, if it's something that's very like a very physical craft that you have, whatever it is. So it may be that you need to do a course or some kind of workshop or additional training, right? So don't be afraid to explore that if that's the case. Next card out is the Fool, okay? Aries energy. So yeah, this is taking a new approach, right? It's like literally leaving your baggage at the doorstep and choosing to go straight towards your north node, right? Towards your wish fulfillment, towards, you know, what it is that you're striving to achieve in, right? Taking a calculated risk and going with the flow, okay? Trusting that it's all going to work out for your highest good. But that can only happen when you confront your fears around the issue, right? And your feelings of lack or being inadequate, right? Once you address that and you say, no, that's not true, and you put it in perspective and you realize it's not true, that it's just your shadow is telling you you're not good enough, when actually your higher self is egging you on, telling you that you can do this. You can then, you know, address those fears, put it to bed, and move forward, right? There's always going to be a little sense of, you know, there's always going to be that little voice in the back of your head like, is this working out? Is this going well? But don't give power to it, essentially, okay? Next card out is Temperance, okay? So, Sagittarius energy. You could have Sagittarius or Aries in your chart. You could have prominent fire placements, right? But I feel like, yeah, it's saying it is a process. You're alchemizing things from a negative viewpoint to a more positive one, right? It takes time, but it's important that you do things that nurture, you know, your positivity, your self-confidence, your belief in self, right? Like having mantras, like having affirmations, like meditating on things, you know, in order to get a clear answer, rather than just working yourself to death and not getting the results, right? Taking that change, you know, and really implementing a new approach to your creative endeavor. Because the whole situation is being alchemized. And I feel like, yeah, once you realize that actually how much influence and power your mindset has over your reality, you'll start to feed more positivity to yourself, right? You'll start thinking more positively. You'll be thinking more consciously about that, right? And the words you speak and your energy. You'll pay more attention to all of that because it does all have an effect. Next card out is the Eight of Swords in reverse. Okay, so we have two eights here. So the numbers 8, 88, and 888 could be very prominent for you this time. This is all talking of fortune and karma, right? So I feel like, yeah, where you've been feeling lack, where you feel like you've been on the flip side of karma or good fortune, that will change. But first you have to address, like I said, the mindset. But I feel like because it's in reverse, you are coming out of that linear thinking of, oh, nothing ever good happens. Why do I even try? You know, I've been putting all this effort in and it's not going anywhere, so what's the point? I feel like you're realizing that that's, you know, a victim mentality and a bit of a trap that you've set for yourself, but you're coming out of that self-sabotage and you're addressing those fears head on so that you can go full steam ahead with confidence, with belief, okay? Belief is like the key word here for you. Next card out is the Four of Swords, okay? Great. That is speaking of healing, okay? Air energy. Healing your mind, healing your heart, right? Because I feel like perhaps when you were a kid, you were told that only X, Y, and Z was possible, and anything outside of that is not even worth considering. So you've had that in your mind for a long time that, oh, I can only accomplish so much because anything beyond that is impossible, right? But you're healing that, you know, you're breaking out of those belief systems and you're empowering yourself, right? It does take time. And again, where is it that you could be, you know, taking some time out of your day for quiet contemplation to really revise these fears and thought processes that you have about your success, about your career, your creative endeavor, right? So that you don't carry those energies forward, those detrimental beliefs forward, okay? And lastly, you have the Six of Pentacles, okay? More earth energy. So great, coming back into balance, which is good, right? Between enjoying what you've already accomplished and being grateful and, you know, being proud of what you've already done and striving for further greatness, for further opportunities, for expansion, right? So that's good. I really like that you're getting into that sort of harmonized place. And it also, I feel like a big part of this is don't just think about what you can obtain. Think about what you can do for others, okay? Because that's also going to help bring about balance into the situation as well. So, awesome. Let's go into some clarifications now before we close the read. See if there's anything else that we can find out for you that can help. But I feel like there's already a lot of, like, you know, actionable tips there that's come through. So hopefully you'll find this useful and it will give you some pointers as to where you can make necessary adjustments, improvements, you know, just certain lifestyle factors as well that perhaps need addressing. so that you can, you know, basically have some respite if you are working very hard. You just have to manage your time as well. That's going to be a big part of this also. Time management is very important. Okay, so clarifying the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, you have the Queen of Wands, so that's fire energy, specifically Aries, okay? So some of you could have strong Aries in your chart, and you also have the Page of Wands in reverse. Yeah, so I feel like you are gaining confidence, okay? You are gaining more confidence and self-belief, which is great, okay? And I feel like you are getting to a space where you'll start to realize that whatever you put out is what you attract, okay? And I feel like perhaps there's someone around you, it could be an Aries, right, by the way, it could be that someone else around you is an Aries or has strong fire placements that is on the outside perceives to be, you perceive to be as very successful, that has already done what it is that you're setting out to accomplish or is very much on track. And maybe you've been hesitating, communicating with this person, asking for advice or like some tuition, because this person could be a coach or someone who is very open to giving advice or assisting, right, with people pursuing their passions, right? So maybe you've been putting off whether or not you should communicate to this person that you could do with some additional guidance, some assistance, or maybe even some training, right? Do it. If this is the case, like, you should definitely do it. So the next card out is clarifying the Fool, that is. Two of Pentacles and the Moon card. Yeah, taking a leap of faith, you know, exploring the unknown, but knowing that, you know, you have nothing to fear, okay? You're like, okay, I know it's not easy. Again, time management. I'm getting time management with this. It's like, okay, I need to balance things out in my life. I need to manage my time properly. So I have time to do the work that I need, but also take some time out for, you know, just to relax, to have a life, and also to recharge and get that stream of inspiration, right? Because if you're just like working yourself to oblivion, you're not going to have any inspiration anymore. It's just going to completely evade you. Whereas now it's like you're realizing that you have to create that sense of equilibrium between the two. And as such, you won't feel so afraid traversing the unknown, because you'll get those intuitive hits that you are headed in the right direction, okay? So very, very good. Clarifying the Temperance card, you have the Ten of Pentacles, there you go, and the Four of Cups in reverse. Awesome, right? So this is this is what's being alchemized, right? This is what you're moving towards. You're moving towards material abundance, success, you know, so you're going to be very successful in whatever it is that you're setting out to accomplish at this time, Gemini, okay? So it's important to know that someone, possibly this Queen of Wands, right, is going to give you a golden opportunity that allows you to expand and increase financial and material wealth, to create a legacy, to create a very abundant environment for your family or a future family that you may have, right? Or whatever your business is maybe around. Perhaps it's a business that you'll end up building, or a community, whatever it is, right? And why? How does that happen? Because you stop rejecting the nudges that you're getting from the universe. You stop rejecting assistance from those who are in a position to do so, right? You start opening up to those opportunities. So very, very good. Clarifying the Eight of Swords in reverse, you have the Hierophant in reverse, so that's Taurus, and you have the Two of Swords. So a decision has to be made here, right? And I feel like it's something you're struggling with a little bit, because again, you know your higher self is telling you, like, listen, you need to stop self-sabotaging, okay? Face your fears, take the blindfold off and move towards your true north, right? Towards this creative endeavor, this business, this passion project, your artistry, right? Whatever you're an artisan in, right? But there still is a decision that needs to be made here. And I think that's about being between two mindsets, between trusting that the universe has your back, and that, you know, if you keep taking the necessary steps and making the necessary adjustments as you go along, you'll be successful, and being in a victim mentality, feelings of lack, and just kind of wallowing in that, right? So you're between the two right now, but I feel like you are shifting out of that, and you will choose to listen to your higher self. It's just right now you're not really in that state, but slowly you are coming around to that way of thinking, which is good. Clarifying the Four of Swords in reverse, you have why did I say in reverse? Sorry, the Four of Swords, you have the King of Swords in reverse, so that's Aquarius. Could be dealing with Aquarius, so have it in your chart. And you have the Six of Cups in reverse. Okay, so yeah, I feel like what it's telling you is that if you try to be too authoritative with this, right, if you try too hard to assert dominance in the situation, to come across as hard-headed and, you know, kind of forceful, it's not going to work. It requires a softer approach. It requires your soft skills, your creativity, your more intuitive side is what's going to help you get to where you want to be, right? So if you're if you're in too much of a serious energy, if you're being too logical and too hard-headed, that's not going to bring about positive results. Okay, it requires you getting back into your imagination, back into that energy of the inner child, right? That's what's going to help you to overcome your fears, you know, because kids, you know, generally, and depending on obviously what they've been exposed to, but generally little kids, they just try things. They have no fear. They just try it and see what happens, you know. And that's the thing, you're kind of being encouraged to get back into that energy, because that's what's going to help you overcome your fears. Just being like, screw it, let me just try it and see what happens, i.e. the full energy, right? And then finally, clarifying the Six of Pentacles, you have the Hermit in reverse, Virgo, and the Six of Swords. So we have sixes here as well, 2 sixes, so actually 3 sixes, so 666 and 666 could be very prominent for you, Gemini. If you keep seeing those numbers repeat, I recommend checking that out in terms of numerology. That's speaking of, you know, work in the astral, manifestations, you know, trying to bring about a new reality. And that's what you're doing. But right now you're feeding it negativity. So you're seeing negative outcomes, right? You need to change your energy so that, you know, as you're doing that astral work and you're manifesting, you know, making your manifestations come to light, come to fruition with regards to this creative endeavor, it's going to bring you about positive outcomes. Okay, so that's why your words, your thoughts, your energy, all matters, especially because a lot of what you do will happen in the dream state at this time. Okay, so it's very important. But anyway, so yeah, now is the time to not retreat, to get caught up in your head, to push the world away. You need to get out there, okay? You need to get your mind clear first. You need to get into that energy of positivity, equal give and take, you know, that sort of thing. And then get out there, right? Find the balance, do what needs to be done, make the readjustments, and get out there, okay? So, Gemini, I hope that helps. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you found it useful, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And don't forget the notifications bell. And yeah, I mean, it is a process, you know, going from a mentality of lack to an abundant mentality doesn't happen overnight. But I do see you going through this process. So just keep going, okay? And find that balance between respite and working. Because if you don't have that balance, then you're not going to get anything done. But then if you're working yourself to death, then you're not going to have any good ideas, right? It's just going to be stagnant. So I hope that helps anyway. And yeah, I will speak to you guys soon. Bye.